who hasn't lost Barbie shoes when they were younger? I mean, let's be real. They don't want to stay on. They're small and you lose them. Hey everybody, and welcome back. I hope you are all staying cool because it is extremely hot out. We are in triple digits, and in California we are having a heat wave. As I'm filming this, it's Saturday, July 1st. So to all of my friends up north, all my viewers up in Canada, happy Canada Day. Hopefully you had a great weekend. Tomorrow is going to be the 4th of July, and luckily I do have that off work. Not sure what I'm going to be doing yet, but we will be celebrating in our own way. I'm probably not going to do too much because it's so hot. We'll probably like watch fireworks somewhere, or I don't know. We're definitely going to barbecue, have some hot dogs, you know, the traditional, you know, Independence Day stuff that we like to do. Anyway, today I have some more Disney dolls, and I'm really excited because I have the new collector Tinkerbell doll by Mattel. I believe this is an Amazon exclusive, and she is $50. I thought I was pre-ordering her, but I ordered her and she shipped out almost immediately, and I've already got her, and it's only been like a couple days. So I was surprised that I received her so quickly, but I'm very excited to have her. I really like the way that she looks, and it looks like she's fully articulated and has a really cool, unique stand, and just like a whole bunch of other stuff. Now, I know that this doll has been, well, the collector dolls that Mattel is putting out have been causing a lot of talk online. A lot of people are talking about this doll and the Alice in Wonderland collector doll that came out and released this past Friday. I did order the Alice doll. There was no way I was going to be skipping on that one, because if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that Alice in Wonderland is one of my favorite stories. It's just very special to me because I used to watch it with my great-grandmother when I was a kid, and I have that special bond with her. And now Alice is one of my favorite characters to collect the dolls for. I'm gesturing over there because I have a shelf that's dedicated to Alice in Wonderland. So I'm definitely going to be getting her. That doll was $100, and a lot of people were like, that price looks high. A lot of people had a lot of opinions about that. I'm going to go over that in that video when I review that. But then, because this doll came out like the same day or the next, or you know, the pictures came out online almost the same day or the next day or whatever, and she's only $50. So people are like, why? What's going on? So I'm not going to get too much into that. I'll talk more about that in the Alice video when I get that, but I do want to compare this doll to two other Tinkerbell dolls that I have. So I do have the newest Disney Store Tinkerbell doll that's in the plastic-free packaging. I did review this doll when the new packaging came out. This was one of the first dolls that I bought back in 2020. I got her from the Disney Store, and now you can get these dolls at the Disney parks as well as shopdisney.com. And then I also have a doll that I got from Disneyland back in 2015. I believe it was 2015. Anyway, so I have this Disney Parks Tinkerbell doll, and she's got like a little try me feature with a button in her back, and when you push the button, her wings move. So, and I've had this sitting up in my closet this whole time for several years, and I keep meaning to unbox her and review her, but I just never got around to it because she's up in the closet. I don't see her, and it's out of sight, out of mind. But I figured this is the perfect time for me to have an excuse to unbox her. So I am going to be reviewing all three of these and comparing all three of them. Now, of course, this is going to be the main star of this video, so I just wanted to quickly go over the packaging. So I really like this style of Disney Store packaging. You've got a cardboard back with some artwork on it, and it's got some information here. I'm just going to show it here on the screen. If you want to read it, feel free to pause the video and you can go ahead and read through. It probably says the same thing, just in a couple different languages, but that's the information that's there. And then there is this artwork here, this picture of Tinkerbell. I love this style of artwork. This kind of like pencil drawing with a little bit of coloring in, I think looks really good. She's so pretty. Look at her makeup. So anyway, but what I like about this packaging is it's great for collectors if you're an inbox collector, because the back is cardboard, but the front and the sides and the top, this is all see-through plastic. So the doll is very well lit, very easy to see from different angles, and that's what I love about this style of packaging. And if I was an inbox collector, I would love this. Like, this is cool. I love that they're doing plastic-free packaging, and I totally support this. Plus, if you're gonna get it in the park, it is so easy to open, and I'll talk about that in a second, but this is great for like getting in Disneyland. But like this looks nice and everything, but it is kind of closed in and everything, but I think this is great for displaying. I also wanted to point out the fireworks. Like, this is so cool. They have fireworks all over with the pixie dust, like lines of pixie dust, like she was flying around and everything. And the reason they have the fireworks all over, oh, and you can kind of see in the background, you see like there's Cinderella's castle from Disney World. I don't know how well you can see that. I might have to show you once I get the plastic off of this so you can see it without the glare. But basically, for a long time, when Disneyland, and probably I'm assuming Disney World as well maybe, but for Disneyland specifically, they would have Tinkerbell fly across the sky and start the fireworks. So there were several of the fireworks shows from like back like when I was a kid, and I don't, probably for a while they did this. In Disneyland they have the Matterhorn on one side of the castle, and then these really tall trees on the other side, and there's like a zip line that connects them. So every so often they'll have a prop or an actor fly across. Like recently they had Buzz Lightyear, and I think the current one has Baymax from Big Hero 6. They used to have Tinkerbell go across, so she would start the fireworks. She would fly across, I think, from the Matterhorn does she go that way? Yeah, from the Matterhorn to the trees, and as she's flying through the sky, she waves her wand and the fireworks start. So I thought that was a really cool thing that they included that. She does have her little wand and all the fireworks and everything, and then the Disney castle in the back, just like in the parks. So I did want to point that out because I thought that was a great detail they added for the box. Really quick, I do want to show you the boxes for the other two. I'm not going to spend as much time just because they're pretty simple. This is the plastic-free packaging that you can get on a doll now on shopdisney.com or in the Disney parks, like I mentioned earlier. It is fully cardboard. There's a picture on the front. It opens. There's like a paper sticker that is very easy to break with just your fingernail, and then you open it up and there is the doll. This doll does not come with a stand, but this little insert comes out and it is flat. You can set this on the shelf and everything and display the doll with a nice little border around it. So this is a cute little stand. But that is the current Disney Store Tinkerbell doll. And this one from the Disney parks, although I think it just simply says Disney Store, so you might have been able to find it on Shop Disney or in the Disney stores at that time as well. This one is just a very simple packaging. I remember this packaging for a lot of the dolls that were out at the time, where it's mostly cardboard and then has the plastic front with a little bit of cutouts on the side. And then there is some cute little details like little keys and buttons and needles like all over, you know, because she's a Tinker Fairy. I will say, I believe that this is like a Disney Parks Tinkerbell, or, you know, like this is Tinkerbell inspired by the Disney Parks and or Peter Pan. This one is specifically inspired by Peter Pan, as you can see there at the bottom of the box. But I think this one is more inspired by the Tinkerbell independent movies, like the ones that are separate from Peter Pan, where you see Tinkerbell and her friends. I believe that is what makes this particular Tinkerbell a little bit different. And then because there is a little function, like a little gimmick for the doll, there is a Try Me feature cut out in the back of this box. So that is the packaging and the boxes for all three of these dolls. I'm going to take a few minutes and get them all out of their box off camera, and I will be right back. All right, I am back. I have them out of the box, and I don't know what you're talking about. It is not totally a different day. I'm not totally wearing a different shirt. So after the last clip that you saw where I was showing you them in the dolls in their boxes, we ended up going to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 in theaters. It was a great movie. It was an emotional roller coaster, and it was very satisfying to watch and just very enjoyable. So if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it. Anyway, so yeah, because of that, and I was filming later in the day, and we went to see the movie. By the time we got back, it was dark out, and I usually like to have my windows open and use natural lighting to help me film. So I ended up not finishing my the filming yesterday. So I'm doing that now. Anyway, not that you needed to know that. I just wanted an explanation why I'm wearing a different shirt in case if you noticed. Okay, so I've got all 3 of the dolls out of their box. I am going to be focusing on the new Mattel one. That's going to be like the main focus of the video, but I will still go over these 2 dolls as well, just because I wanted to compare them, because they are very different and there's different things that I noticed about each of them. All right, so let's start off with the Mattel Tinkerbell doll. So I kind of mentioned earlier that this is an Amazon exclusive. I believe she was $50 or maybe she was $55. I'm not completely sure. Oh, I wanted to show you the inside of her box, since now it's outside of the box, you can actually see it. So this is the picture of the inside of the box. I just thought it was really pretty because it's all like pastel colors and everything. It's literally just a silhouette of the castle and some fireworks up there. So it's not like anything special, but I just love that they kind of incorporated that. Also, this is the one from the Disney store. So once again, not anything like super special, but she's got all of her little, I think she calls them lost things. They're like that since she's a Tinker Fairy, she likes to make things. She's very creative, and like she's got a lot of like buttons and keys and needles and thread and thimbles and stuff like that, kind of just going around as like a little border. And then for the plastic-free packaging, of course, you've got this, which kind of acts like a stand. It opens up, and then on the inside, you can see like some palm trees and a beach and everything. There wasn't really, I didn't notice anything that was like a scene from Peter Pan necessarily. Yeah, there's not really anything specifically to Peter Pan. It's just like she's on a beach. Like on the front, you can see like there's like a giant leaf because, you know, she's a pixie. So she's like really teeny tiny. Anyway, so here is the Mattel doll. So she is adorable. I really like the way that she looks. I think she is so cute. Mine, her bow was kind of messed up, but I realized it was just loose. Like it wasn't pulled tight enough. So I just kind of pulled the bow tight and now it looks better. So anyway, so she's got that little bow in her hair. I can't tell what type of hair she has because it has so much gel, but I'm assuming that it is saran. This is a Mattel doll, and I'm pretty sure that this is saran, just from what I can tell. I'd have to like wash out the hair to know for sure, because it's really hard to tell by feel, just because it's like rock hard. Like it's got a lot of gel in it. I think her face is super cute. Now, it is the pixelated face. Not enough to bother me. The pixelated face does not bother me as much as it bothers some other people. But to be fair, I feel like her face is not as pixelated as some other Barbie fashionistas have been. So, and I'm not saying that like being frustrated at the pixelation is not warranted, because sometimes it doesn't look that great. In this case, it does not bother me personally. Like if you see her from this far back, the details of her face are clear enough, you know, like she looks fine. It's only really when you look up close that you can see her eyes are a little pixelated. But to be fair, and maybe this is the reason why they started doing this, but to be fair, since they started doing pixelation face, I have not seen wonky eyes. And I'm wondering if maybe the reason they do this like UV print version of the face-ups is because they're able to make it more accurate, and there's like less wonkiness and stuff like that. I don't know if that's the case, or maybe they're just doing something, but luckily, like, I haven't been seeing a lot of wonky eye for dolls that have this kind of method of applying the face up. I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe it's just the few that I've seen, maybe some other people have gotten wonky faces before with the pixelation, I don't know, but I feel like it seems like they've been able to be a little bit more accurate, and that's the trade-off, is that the face looks a little bit more pixelated. Oh my gosh, okay, so her bangs are completely covering this cute little smirk with her eyebrows. I love that. I kind of I want to wash her hair and kind of like move the bangs, like maybe like, oh, you were really zoomed in there, sorry. I kind of want to like see about washing the gel out of the bangs and curling them so they're more like the dolls from the 90s, where like the bangs just kind of like, you know, do that or whatever. But yeah, just so that way it'll lift it up so you can actually see the super cute face. The eyebrows give so much expression, but with the bangs down like this, you can't really see them. So I don't know, I'm gonna probably wash her hair out later and play around with it a little and see what I can do. All right, so let's move down to her outfit. Now, I love this dress. It is multiple layers. I want to say it is 3 layers. So you've got the outer dress, which is this like shiny satin. Actually, okay, let me correct that. So you've got this material here, which I don't know what this is. It's not exactly satin, but it is a nice quality fabric, but it's like a bodysuit because it goes all the way down. And then the skirt is added on to the bodysuit, kind of like a tutu or something like that. Or, you know, whatever, just to kind of make it a dress. And it's made from the same fabric as the top is. It's kind of like they said, this satiny, like nice quality fabric. And then underneath is 2 layers of this like tulle or whatever it is to kind of create the petticoat kind of like ruffle that's underneath the skirt, but it's supposed to be made of leaves basically. And then she has this really pretty like applique here. I don't know what this is supposed to be. It's like an embroidery applique of some kind that is just attached at the waist. I like that detail. I think it looks really cute because it looks like her dress is made of leaves and it has a little bit of moss on it or something like that, or vines or whatever that's supposed to be. She has her wings. Obviously, Tinkerbell is a pixie, so she, you know, it has to have her fairy wings. These wings are attached to her back, and from what I can tell, they are not removable. I don't want to break the doll, so I'm trying not to be too forceful, but they are not removable. They are on her back, not attached to her outfit at all. Her outfit is completely separate from it, but these wings are completely attached. Moving on, she has one accessory that I was able to find, and it is this little her wand, her little wand here. And I don't remember if she had a wand in Peter Pan. I'm gonna have to go back and watch Peter Pan again to find out. But I know that she has her wand in Disneyland when she starts the fireworks, because that's how she starts them. She waves her wand. But anyway, so yeah, I'm glad that they included that. It is rubber banded here. It's got like the little thumb hole so she can hold it without the rubber band. But they kind of put the thing lower on her hand. Hold on. There we go. So now it's a little bit more like she's holding it because it goes around her thumb. But yeah, so she's got her little wand. And then let's move down to her shoes, because I really like these shoes. So in the Peter Pan movie, she basically just has simple flats that have little pom-poms on the front. Now, they have kind of one-upped these because they added little leaf and vine details in the mold, and I love that the shoes are like this clear green plastic. I love this color, first of all, but I love that it's kind of translucent. Also, I think most of these dolls have like the pom-poms that look like that, and they're glued on. This is like part of the mold, and it's plastic for these pom-poms. Also, to help keep them on, there's vines that go up her leg, and I actually really like that. It's not part of her original design, but by adding that, first of all, it looks cute. You know, like this screams pixie to me. Like it's a very fairy kind of like look, having the vines going up her leg like this, but it also helps to keep the shoes on, which I appreciate, because the other option is they do something like the Disney store did, and they have the little flats, but then they have like rubber bands around them to keep them on, just because like who hasn't lost Barbie shoes when they were younger? I mean, let's be real. They don't want to stay on. They're small and you lose them. I mean, obviously this isn't technically a Playline doll because it is listed as a limited edition. And, you know, it's more of a collector doll. I mean, obviously, like, kids can play with it. It's still a doll at the end of the day. But, you know, for if the Playline dolls or whatever, this is a great idea because it helps keep the shoes on so they don't fall off super easily. I completely forgot to show you her stand. I really, really love the stand, and I love when they do unique stands to that character. Like, a lot of the dolls have like generic stands, but like, look at this. So it's literally just scenes from the movie. So like when they start flying in London, you've got like Big Ben here, the clock tower, and then you've got a bridge. I do not know which bridge this is supposed to be. And then over here you've got Captain Hook's pirate ship and Skull Rock, and just like, it has all these little molded details and like clouds and stuff like that. It's so cute, and because it's so small that when she's above it, it's like she's flying. It's like forced perspective. She's flying like up above all of this. It looks so cool. I think it's such a clever design for a stand. Plus, it is a saddle stand, but it's the kind of saddle stand that actually clips onto her body, just because of the shape, and it tilts, so you can actually. Oh, I hope I didn't break it. Okay, no, I did not. Whew. Okay, so just be aware that does come apart relatively easily. But I love the fact that you can tilt this and position it with her on it. So here, let me show you what I mean. So of course, you can have her just standing straight up if you want, but then you can also tilt her forward and it looks like she's flying. So I love that they put that kind of thought into the display of the stand for this particular doll. I think it's super cute. I actually really like that. Now I'm gonna skip articulation for right now because I want to come back to that when I talk about all three dolls. But really quick, I just wanted to show you the other dolls. So this is the current, like the modern Disney store version of Tinkerbell that you can get at Disneyland and probably still on shopdisney.com. So right away, there's some differences. Like, she doesn't have a bow in her hair. By the way, this doll that comes in this box, this is $20. So $19.99 on shopdisney.com, or if you're in Canada, then it is $27.99. But anyway, the other doll, this one from the Disney parks. Now, this is a Disney parks doll from a few years ago. Like I said, it was from like 2015 or 2016. So this is from the Disney parks from like maybe 2015 or 2016, and like inflation, things have happened, so pricing is a little bit different. But when I bought her, she was, I want to say $16.99 maybe. I could be wrong about that, but I believe she was $16.99 or maybe $17.99. I'm not 100% sure on the price because it was a while ago when I bought her. But just so you know the difference in price, you know, we've got a $50 doll, a $20 doll, and a $17 doll. But anytime I point out prices like that, I always want to point out inflation, and, you know, like the value of the dollar changes over time and has changed since 2015. So even though she would have been $17 at the time, with inflation, that might be around $20 at the time. So these might probably be in the same price bracket. I don't know. So anyway, going back to the current Disney Store doll. So she does not have a bow in her hair. She does not come with a wand or anything like that. I really like this dress. This dress is actually quite simple, but I think it works very well for Tinkerbell because it's a little form-fitted. Like, it's not too over the top or anything. And that's how she was in the movie. Like, that's how her dress was, extremely simple. So I'm actually okay with that. But I do like the little iridescent petals that they have underneath, or leaves. You know, she does have glitter. She doesn't have glitter on her outfit. Actually, I want to point that out because there is glitter everywhere, all over my desk, all over me. It's a lot of pixie dust. I mean, it's Tinkerbell. What are you going to do? But anyway, so this doll does not have glitter on her dress. The only glitter she does have is on her wings, but Mattel did it in a very good way. The glitter was in a paint and it was applied to the wings, whereas both of these dolls, the Disney Store, they apply glue and then put the glitter on top of it, which is a very easy way to add glitter to something, but then you get this happening where the glitter comes off very easily. She's got it on her wings as well. Oh, there's a lot of glitter coming off. Yeah, she has a ton of glitter. So, and I hate that. I hate when that much glitter comes off, because like imagine a kid playing with these and they're playing with it, having fun. They have glitter on their hand. All of a sudden their eye itches and they go and they do this. They don't think about it. All of a sudden they have glitter in their eye, and that can be very harmful. It can scratch the cornea. Anyway, I don't want to get into it, but yeah, I don't like when a lot of glitter comes off like that. That's a lot. I barely like touched it, and like I've got glitter literally everywhere. So I do look like I've been, you know, sprinkled with pixie dust, but she's even got it all over her legs. I don't know how well you can see that, but anyway, okay, we'll get to her in a second. So she does have a glittery skirt. I wish that the Disney Store would stop using glitter in this way, or find a better way to do it like the way Mattel does it, just because this glitter does not come off at all. You know, it's sealed, basically, I think is what the difference is. Anyway, okay, so that's my rant about glitter. Coming down to the shoes, she has the really cute little flats that have an actual pom-pom with little iridescent tinsel sticking out of it, and that is glued to the shoe. So it's not really part of the shoe, it is glued on top of the shoe. I have had dolls or Tinkerbell dolls that have had this where the pom-poms came off, which is unfortunate because obviously, you know, when you have a Tinkerbell doll, Tinkerbell has these little pom-poms on her shoes and you want it to stay there. These ones seem to be pretty secure though. I've been playing with them and they aren't like popping off super easily. Not that I'm trying to pop them off, but anyway. Her wings, I actually really like these wings, to be honest. They're like a plastic light blue color, but they are actually attached to her dress. They're not attached to her back. So it's attached here to this like Velcro part. So if you wanted to customize her or change her wings or something, you can, because they're attached to her dress. I don't know, I actually really like that. I think that that's a really cute thing, whereas the wings are not articulated at all and they can kind of be in the way, but they're just permanently attached to her back. I kind of prefer this. Okay, so let's talk about the Disney Store Tinkerbell doll. So once again, she doesn't have any accessories, no wand, no hair bow or anything like that. Her dress is even more simple, but it has way more glitter on it. So if it wasn't for the glitter, honestly, I think this would probably be my favorite dress, just because I feel like it's the most accurate to Peter Pan, because you know each of these other ones have like the extra leaves underneath it to kind of create a petticoat, kind of like a ballerina or something like that, and I think this one looks most like the one from the movie that she's wearing. She has the exact same shoes that the Disney Store Tinkerbell has, so no difference there. They're both the Disney Store Tinkerbells, so they both have the same shoes. She does have each of these have a different face mold, I just realized. So, I mean, I know that Mattel is going to, because Mattel has a different style than the Disney Store. But this is the Mattel Tinkerbell face mold. This is the modern Tinkerbell face mold from the Disney Store. And then this is the Tinkerbell face mold from about 7 years ago. Out of these three, honestly, I don't know which face mold I like best. Let me put these next to each other really quick. Okay, so I'm trying to see how I can best show you all three faces at the same time. But let me zoom in. So here we go. So you can see over here, this is the Mattel doll. This one is the Disney Store one from 2015, and this is the modern Disney Store doll. Out of these three, like, these are the different face molds, and they are very different. Like, they give off very different vibes. Like, I could tell this is Mattel because Mattel has a very specific style to especially to their face ups, but she has a smaller head but very like prominent cheeks. These ones, they also have like rounded cheeks and everything, but there's a slightly more youthful look to their face, bigger eyes and everything, overall larger heads, I want to say. I feel like this one looks a little bit younger to me. Well, I don't know, both of these look younger, but like, I don't know, honestly, I don't know which one of these faces I like better. Let me know, out of these three dolls, which one has your favorite face mold? I know that some of them, their hair needs to be fixed and stuff like that, but if we're just talking about the face mold and the face up and everything, which one of these dolls has your favorite face? Let me know in the comments. So obviously the faces and the outfits are not the only thing that's different. There is a difference in articulation. So what I'm going to do really quick is I am going to take their little outfits off, their little dresses off. If you're not a fan of doll nudity, I totally respect that. Just this is your warning right now that there is going to be naked dolls in this video for the sake of showing off the articulation of these dolls. So if you don't like that, please feel free to skip ahead until after that. Anyway, so yeah, let me go ahead and get them undressed really quick and we'll take a look at the articulation. Okay, so unfortunately I wasn't able to get her outfit off, and I don't know how well I'm going to be able to show you this, but basically when they made the doll, they must have put the dress on first, and then when they plugged the wings into her back, her strap got caught. So it's actually like permanently attached because this clear rubber strap is going into that dent right there where her wings are plugged into her back. So, and I tried carefully to remove the wings to see if they would come off at all. They are not moving. They are not. I think they might be glued in. So unfortunately, I cannot take her dress off without cutting that strap, which is actually kind of unfortunate. Not that it's that big of a deal. It's a collector doll. I know, like, it's technically meant to stay in the box and like look nice or stay on your shelf and not really meant to be redressed, but that's still unfortunate. So like if I wanted to use this dress for something else and customize her or something like that, it is kind of unfortunate that that's the case. But I like to be honest in my reviews, and since I noticed that, I wanted to point that out. But I'm still gonna do the comparison. So I'm going to go from oldest to newest. So this is the Disney Parks doll, and she has some interesting articulation. So she is definitely poseable, but she is missing some articulation that the other two dolls have. Now, she has movement at the head, but it's only left and right. She can't really look up or down or anything like that, or tilt her head. She can only twist left and right. She has movement at her shoulders, and she has movement at her elbows, but she does not have movement at her wrist. She has very good range of movement for her hip joint at her leg, and then she has a bend and snap knee. The other point of articulation that she has is her wings. So even though they are permanently attached to her, there is a button here, and when you press the button, her wings move. They flap. So you can, have her, if you hold her the right way, you can make it look like she's flying. Moving on to the modern Disney Store version of Tinkerbell, this doll has a lot more articulation. She is very well articulated. So her head has the movement all around. She can actually tilt her head and turn it. She has the same articulation at the shoulders. She has slightly better articulation at the elbows, way more range of movement. She has movement at the wrist, which is really nice. She has added articulation at the chest or the torso. It's not a huge range of movement, but it is there. So she does have just a little bit extra articulation there. And then she has the same articulation in the legs, so really good range of movement in her hip, and she also has a bend and snap knee. Now I'm going to get to the Mattel doll in just a second, but I wanted to compare these first two Disney Store dolls because they have a very, very similar body type, although the newer one is slightly redesigned. It's ever so slightly more curvy, and I don't know how I'm really going to be able to show you this. They are very similar in the shape, but like the new one has like a little bit more narrow waist with the backside or the bottom. Her derriere is just a little bit more pronounced, and her chest is a little bit wider and her waist is a little bit more narrow. So it's almost the same exact body, but they just kind of updated the sculpt to include the articulated waist. Now, moving on to the Mattel doll. Now, this has about the same articulation as a Barbie Extra. So there is, of course, movement at the head, movement at the shoulder, at the elbow, at the wrist. There is a little bit of movement at the hip, but not as much as these other two dolls. She can't like fully do the splits, unfortunately. And then she has good movement at the knee. There is no articulation at the waistline or at her torso or at her ankles. One thing that I wanted to point out that I really like about the Mattel version of Tinkerbell is that they made her curvy. So all three of these dolls are petite. Hold on, let me stand them up. Yeah, they're all about the same height. So, okay, hold on. This is gonna be kind of difficult to show you. Anytime I'm holding up three dolls together, it's kind of difficult. All three of these dolls are petite. These two are almost the same body mold, so they're very similar. The Mattel one has hard plastic feet and they're slightly bigger feet, so she's up on tiptoes. So she's like a little bit taller, but it might just be because of her feet. But she's about the same height. The only difference is the Disney Store dolls have larger heads and the Mattel dolls have slightly smaller heads that are a little bit more in proportion to their body and less cartoony. I am trying to get this dress back on the Mattel doll, but these wings are making it so difficult. Part of the reason why I don't like the permanent wings. But anyway, so as I was mentioning, like if I was to hold up these two dolls next to each other, you can see an immediate obvious difference in the hip area. The Disney Store dolls always have very narrow hips, but the Mattel doll is definitely curvy. Like I said, if I hold these up next to each other, it's very apparent that the Mattel doll is very curvy. They are both the same height, so they're both petite, but she is petite and curvy. And I love that because if you watch the original Peter Pan, she has this moment where she's walking across a hand mirror and she like looks at herself in the mirror and everything, and she is very curvaceous. Also, there was the scene where she's in the drawer with the sewing stuff in it, and she tries to get out through the keyhole, but she can't because her hips are a little too wide. So I like that they made this doll a little bit more movie accurate in the body sculpt. All right, so I've got them dressed again. So I really like all three of these dolls, and up until recently, I didn't really have any Tinkerbell dolls. I pretty much only had like the Disney princesses. So once they started coming out with these at the Disney Store is when I started picking them up. I had seen other Tinkerbell dolls in Disneyland before, but she wasn't articulated, so I didn't get her. This was the first one that I saw that was articulated. Looking at these, I do kind of want to pick a favorite since I've got three of them. Now I know this isn't like a typical versus video like I normally do. I didn't assign points and stuff like that, honestly, because those just take a while to edit, and like I have to review them and then go back through them piece by piece, and they're just longer. So I just wanted to do it this way where I just kind of do like a normal review but show you all three dolls at the same time. That being said, looking at these, I don't know. Honestly, if I had to pick based off of price point and design and everything, I think my favorite is actually this one, the $20, the modern Disney Store doll that's in the plastic-free container. First of all, I love the packaging because I keep her stored in here, so I know she's gonna stay nice and not get messed up or something like that. But I love for storage, you know, and plus the reusable box and everything. But I love the fact that her wings are not attached. Both of these other dolls, their wings are attached to them physically, and it limits redressing options or customizing options. This one was really annoying getting the dress on and off, just, you know, because of the way the wings are. This is fun. Like I like the gimmick of moving her wings. Like if she's gonna have wings, I like the fact that you can make her flap her wings and everything. But I don't know, she also, I feel like, has my favorite articulation out of all of them. For a Disney doll, I don't mind the bend and snap legs, especially since they could do the splits. You know, she has really good range of movement in her hips, whereas Mattel, for some reason, can't do that. Like this, their legs only go out this far. They can't really, like, do the splits, or if you want them to like put the, like for Barbie extra and like put them on a Barbie horse or something like that, they can't. Their legs just don't go out far enough, and that bugs me just because I hate limited ranges of articulation. But because she is very poseable and everything, I'm okay with the bend and snap knees. I would like it if this doll had, you know, like this much range of articulation in the knee. Like that would actually be really nice on top of everything else she already has. But I think just like at the end of the day, I really like this. Plus, I like the way her wings look because they're like a blue color, and the dress looks cute. It's, you know, movie accurate. Yes, her hair needs to be fixed, but actually I also kind of really like her face up as well. Obviously, don't get me wrong, I love all three of these dolls. I'm really happy to have all of them, and I think they're all super cute. Like, I think this one, for example, came out of the box is looking less disheveled. Like, she looked disheveled. I have to fix her hair. This one I don't have to fix her hair at all, and her face looks super, super cute. But it is more out of the like Tinkerbell and her Friends series. This one looks a little bit more like Tinkerbell from Peter Pan, and Mattel just has their own style. So even though it looks like Tinkerbell to me, it looks like the Barbie version of Tinkerbell, if that makes sense. Just because Mattel has a very specific art style, and it looks very different than the Disney Store one, which I always think the Disney Store ones look more movie accurate. I absolutely love this dress and everything like that. There's so many aspects I love of these, but I think I do have to give my favorite to the Disney Store classic doll, Tinkerbell. So I think this is my favorite, but I am really happy that Mattel is making more Disney dolls. Like, I'm loving what Mattel is putting out. I know some people were like about them when they first came out, but it's just because they were kind of taking over what Hasbro was already doing. But I prefer Mattel's style so much more than Hasbro, and I love that we're also getting Playline dolls, like Playline Disney Store dolls that I actually want to buy. So anyway, so that is going to be it for my Tinkerbell video. Thank you so much for watching. I think it might have been a little bit longer than a normal review, but that's okay. Let me know what you think of these dolls down in the comments down below. Like I said, I want to know who your favorite was. Let me know if you liked the Mattel doll, the Disney Store classic doll, or the what I was calling the Disney Parks doll, the one with the articulated wings. So let me know which one of these was your favorite. I'm gonna get going for right now. Tomorrow, when I believe I'm posting this video on Monday. So if you're watching this on Monday, then tomorrow is going to be the 4th of July. If you're in the US, happy 4th of July. Please be safe. 4th of July gives me a lot of anxiety because it's in the heat of the summer and everything's dry and stuff like that, but we're also playing with fireworks. So just please be careful, you know, please be responsible, and have a great time. I'm gonna get going for right now because I do have a couple other videos that I want to finish up so I can get them posted for you this week. I'm looking forward to one, possibly two doll makeover videos. I don't know if I'm gonna get the second one finished, but at least one of them I'm really hoping to get finished. And then also keep an eye out for my thrift store bin video that I'm going to be going through all my thrift store dolls and everything. That will be a longer video, or possibly I might split it into 2 videos. I haven't fully decided yet, but those are coming up hopefully this week as well. Anyway, oh, and since you stayed this long in the video, you get a sneak peek. Tomorrow I'm going to be reviewing and unboxing this doll. I filmed this video before the Tinkerbell video. That's why she's already out of her box and everything, but you can look forward to this video tomorrow. So if you want to see her and you're not already subscribed, hit subscribe, ring the bell. You'll get a notification when this video pops up. So anyway, all right, that's it for me. I hope that wasn't super loud in your ear. I'm sorry. That's it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you next time. Bye. If you like this video, you can let me know by hitting thumbs up. You can check out some of my other videos by clicking one of the links on the screen. I post new videos every week, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified every time I upload. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video. There is so much glitter everywhere. Oh my God.